Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Zeeshan Rahat Kureshi. I'm the founder and CEO of High Achievers League. Season's greetings to everyone. So, as promised, I am here today to answer some of the questions that our students ask through our social media platforms. So, I'll delve right into it. The first question is from Dr. Naila, and she asked this question on WhatsApp. Are there scholarships available for social sciences students? Okay, so Dr. Naila, remember that there are more than 4,700 universities and institutions of higher learning in the US, and there is something for everyone. So, no matter whether you are from the social sciences group or from the area of hardcore sciences, you'll find something for yourself, provided you look at the right places. Okay, so Babar bin Hamid asked on WhatsApp, I have certain questions. So, how much chance do I have to get admission and funding based on my degree? So, Babar, this is a very general question since you did not mention which degree you have and what are your grades in that degree. But as a rule of thumb, remember that US universities look at your applications holistically. So, this means they are going to look at your grades, they are going to look at your recommendation letters, your essays, and they may also want to interview you, and some of them may also want you to take an international standardized test such as GRE or GMAT, and then you will need to take a language test. So all these things, they matter. Each and everything matters. Everything carries a weight. So, but the good news here is that if your application is down due to one factor, let's suppose the GRE, then other factors may pull up your application, such as the essays, the recommendation letters. So this is how, looking at your application holistically, they get an idea how well-rounded personality you are and how well-rounded your application is. Okay, another question asked by Babar is how much time does it take? So Babar, remember that US universities, they close down their application cycle around 7 to 8 months before the deadline. So as an international student, you should start as early as possible. And once you apply, then they take some time in giving out the decisions. And once you get the decision, then you can go and apply for the visa. Okay, so Babar also asks if I have a license, for instance, in Farm D, do I only upload my educational documents or my licenses as well? So, Babar, whatever makes your application stronger and gives complete information about you to the recruitment officers, that would help. So, if you have a license, upload it. If you have educational documents, all the educational documents that they require, upload them. And also remember that most universities ask you to upload the documents initially, and then they ask you to send the physical copies of the documents through the institutions that you attended. But some universities may ask you to send the physical copies initially. So always look out what the universities are actually asking you to do. All right. So Muhammad Ali Khan asked on Insta, is graduate assistantship enough to cover the costs? So, Ali, it's always good to have assistantship if you can get your hands on it. It may not be enough to cover all your costs, but you should also look for other avenues, such as working on campus. So, this is one thing that can complement your efforts in paying off your fees and your living expenses. So, whatever you get that helps you towards paying off your fees and your living expenses, that's always a welcome sign. Okay, and another question that Ali asks is that if I do get graduate assistantship and tuition waiver, do I still need to have a bank officer to show to a visa officer? So, Ali, obviously, if once you get admission and once you get some kind of funding, so you need to show that to the visa officer when you go for the interview. But then, whatever gap there is between what the university is paying for you or giving you waivers in, and whatever you need to come up with yourself or through your parents. So you need to show that gap through the bank statements to the visa officer because they would want to know how you'll be paying your tuition and how you would be covering your first year expenses, and what's the plan to continue doing that for the rest of the year. So definitely, for that purpose, you'll have to show your bank statement. Okay, Hasnan on Insta asked, I've done 5 years of DPD from Pakistan. Can I apply for the master's degree? So, Hasnan, if this 5 years of DPD degree is equivalent to a 4 year bachelor's in Pakistan, then certainly you can apply for the master's program. And Hamza Sattar on Insta asks, my grades are 58%. Do I have a chance for admission and funding? So, Hamza, generally the US universities, they ask students to have at least the CGP of 3 to apply in their program. So unfortunately, your grades seem to be lower than that, but all is not lost. That's because there are schools that will let you apply if you can manage your own funds. So that really depends where you are applying and what kind of minimum criteria do those universities have. All right, so those were the questions that were asked for this week. Before I ask for leave from this session, I would like to remind you guys that the deadlines for fall 2023 admission started in December. So these deadlines will go up to February and March, but time is running out. So if you are planning to apply for fall 2023 admissions, so now is the time to, gather all the documents and give your IELTS or TOEFL and be ready to apply. Otherwise, then you'll be looking for the spring 2024 session. So with that, I thank you all for bearing with me. Thank you so much. See you next time. Allah Hafiz.